Hi everybody, this is Patrick from DoggieDashboard. Today I'm going to show you how to connect your DoggieDashboard calendar with an external calendar such as Google Calendar or iCal, the Mac product. So here we are on this page. There's nothing here. Let's click Activate External Calendar. And that's going to give us a page right here. There's some information about how to use Apple Calendar, how to use Google Calendar, and how to use other calendar providers. But what we're going to do here is this link is a private link. Do not share this link with anybody. It's a private link that you're going to give to your calendar provider that will give them access to your DoggieDashboard appointments so that they can be loaded onto your phone calendar or your computer calendar. So if we click WebCal, subscribe here, it's going to open up the link, the default app on our phone or our computer for our calendar. So if I click here, it's going to open up my computer's calendar app. Subscribe here. Now it's going to say the name, DoggieDashboard, and the auto refresh. This is a nice feature that Mac has that Google does not. You can choose how often you want the calendar to be refreshed. So let's say we want to do it, we could do every day, hour, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Let's do it every 15 minutes. You don't really need to do it that often, but just to show you right now how fast it can be updated. So we'll do every 5 minutes, and we'll click OK. And now it's going to quickly go out there and pull the appointments right from our calendar. So you can see here it says we have Luna from 8 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. Luna and Acorn. Let's go to our calendar and verify. And there it is. Luna is from 8 a.m. until 6:30. And we have Pete here from 8 a.m. until 6:30. And we have, let's do Max. Max from 8:45 on the 28th until Saturday the 31st. We go back to our calendar. Move this out of the way. And there it is. Max is from 8:45 a.m. until 6 p.m. on the 31st. So everything looks good to go. And if we go here, let's make an update here. Let's make this appointment. Click on there. Let's edit the entire appointment. Instead of 8 o'clock, let's make it 9:15. We're going to update that family appointment. And there now it's 9:15 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. And maybe let's make it a pickup is required, so it should add another icon. We're going to say pickup is required. Okay, and so there we have 9:15 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. If we go back to our calendar here, you'll see it still says 8 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. This is because the system being your computer calendar or your Google Calendar, only updates once every so often. And so we have to wait for this update. It's once every 5 minutes, so we'll come back here and we'll see if this updates in a few minutes. Now, if we want to add this calendar to Google, you don't click this button. You're going to take this big long link here, go to your Google Calendar, go to Other Calendars, click the plus sign, import from URL, and we're going to add that calendar. And that's going to go to DoggieDashboard right now. It's going to pull down all your events, and it's going to add them to the calendar. So this feature, just so you are aware, it shows appointments from your last 2 months and the coming year. So if you have appointments in 3 years, they will not be transferred to your Google Calendar or your computer calendar. The system only takes appointments from the last 2 months and the next year of time. This is because if we had to load appointments from 2020 or if we had to load recurring appointments from 2025, 2026, 2027, it would slow down your calendar because you would have thousands of appointments on there. And so once a day or whenever your calendar refreshes, it'll take appointments from the last 6 months and the next year. Which should give you a very good amount of time to look through your appointments. And so here we have the Google Calendar. We're at 9:15 a.m. for Acorn. Looks good. There's 2 icons there. We have Buster and Thistle from 8 a.m. Looks like they have half days. And then we have Pete and we have Max. And so everything is good here. And you can see this is 9:15 a.m. And let's go back and see if our other calendar. This one's going to get updated here in a few minutes. Let's see when the last time was. It was updated at 11:53, and so we have to wait just a few more minutes. It's going to get updated about 11:58. Every 5 minutes we have it set at. So we wait a few minutes and that should update. For Google Calendar, unfortunately, you cannot set an update, a sync regime. Google comes once every 24 hours, looks at your calendar, and adds it to your Google Calendar. It'll look at your DoggieDashboard calendar, and then it'll update your Google Calendar. This is an issue if you change appointments. Let's say Google comes at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. They don't tell you when they're going to update your calendar. They'll pull your data for that day, and they'll update your calendar. If you make changes during the day, they're not going to automatically sync on your Google Calendar until the next day when Google updates the calendar. If you want, you can read this help article here. They have some tips on how you can try to force your calendar to re-update so that it's automatically updated more often. Or you could contact Google right here and maybe ask them if they would change this policy for you. This is a Google-wide policy. They only sync their calendars once every 24 hours. And so if you make changes on a calendar after they did their daily sync, it's not going to show up till the next day. As for Apple Calendar, you can choose how often you want it to sync. If you choose every 5 minutes, your calendar will almost always be pretty close to up to date with your DoggieDashboard Calendar. But this is just technical limitations. Google has rules about how they want to update calendars. Apple the same. If you're using an external calendar provider, a different one, you'll have to look at their how they work. And so let's go back right now one more time to see if the Mac one has been updated. Not yet. We're still waiting. We have to wait 1 more minute here. It should be updating shortly. This will turn into 9:15 a.m. and instead of 8 a.m. and it should add 1 more logo on there, but we still have to wait for it to update. And so this one's every 5 minutes. What else can I tell you while we're waiting here? Not much. Copy this link. Don't give this link to anybody. This is a private link. If you give this link to somebody, they'll have access to your calendar. You can deactivate it by clicking here, and that will delete the old link, and you'll have to create a new link. The old link will be active, and it will still show your appointments. Most calendar apps will eventually, when the calendar link is broken, they will remove it from that person's Google Calendar or Mac Calendar. But just for good measure, do not share this with anybody. And let's go look now. Should it be updated? There it is. It just got updated. So now you can see Luna and Acorn have 2 new icons, and now it's 9:15 a.m. instead of 8 a.m. So it took 5 minutes to update, which is what we set it for, and we're all good. That is how you use the Google Calendar feature. Just remember, this link is private. Don't share it with anybody. You will only see the last 6 months, the last 2 months, and the future year worth of appointments. You will not see appointments on your calendar from previous years, and you will not see ones from anything over 1 year in the future. And if you have any questions, email info@DoggieDashboard.com. Otherwise, have a great day.